Good evening. Welcome to All You Can Eat Improv with ComedyFLOPs. I'm your host, Creme Fraiche. This is, I think, our 11th show of 2021. Right now, I feel like I can barely remember the year, so I'm proud of myself for that. We are continuing to bring improv to you, even though we still wish we could be doing it in person. We'll get to that someday. But in the meantime, we're going to keep our shows going to help support nonprofit organizations in our community. This month, I'm really pleased to tell you we're supporting the Trumansburg Conservatory of Fine Arts, located conveniently in Trumansburg. It's good, it's in their name. Would have been a mess otherwise. They do wonderful arts education in music and dance and sculpture and painting, and they often offer scholarships for folks who might need a little bit of help. And so we're very pleased to support them this month. If this is your first time seeing an improv program, everything we're going to do tonight is entirely made up. We have a set of games we'll play for you, but how they come together, what happens in them is entirely up to you. So you're an important part of our program tonight. So in the chat box, we're going to ask you from time to time to give us suggestions. So for the first game, I already sort of asked for categories that we can name lots and lots of things in. And that will be for our first game this evening, which I'll explain in a moment. So let's get the show going. So glad you're here. So glad we're here. And let me introduce tonight's cast to you. Let's start with the person who will bring peace and tranquility into your life and fun furry animals. Let's welcome to the stage, Goat Yoga.
Goat Yoga.
All right. Keeping our animal theme going tonight, very deep in the heart of the Sahara Desert this time, because I like to change it up. Let's welcome Camel Treasure. Not only is he a brilliant neurosurgeon, apparently he's also a brilliant veterinary neurosurgeon. Let's welcome Dr. Brainpee, DSB.
DSB.
I can read.
Next, the 1971 badminton champion. Let's welcome Joe Lobb.
Lobb.
Yeah.
And finally, the man keeping this whole technical mess going. Let's welcome Rigamarole.
We got a problem on 3.
Oh, crap.
Oh, 3 again?
Oh, it's always 3, right? It's always 3. All right, folks, the gang is all here. Well, mostly the gang's all here. We know Ricky's there somewhere. So our first game tonight is called Categories. And how this game works is we're going to ask you for things that we can name lots and lots of items in. It's an elimination game. And how it works, the part of Ricky tonight will be played by this fine Siamese kitten. So anyway, I digress. Categories. We're going to ask you to give us categories. We're going to name lots of things in them. And at some point, one of us is going to fail epically. We're going to repeat something someone else said. We're going to choke, freeze, hesitate, blank. And at that moment, we're gently whisked away from the game. Flops, how do we whisk each other away from the game? Please demonstrate if you would.
Oh, die.
Right, die. We yell die. And of course, if we were all together in a place, it sounds epic when the whole audience yells die. But I'm going to ask you at home to do it anyway. We screw up, you yell die. Don't worry about who's around. Don't be shy. Yell die. All right. So the first category we've got tonight is from Dr. C. Dr. C, thanks for tuning in tonight. And Dr. C has given us types of candy. And so the order that we'll do is the same order we did in warm-up. And that means it's first to Rigamarole, types of candy.
Reese's.
Milky Way.
Patty. Snickers.
Red Vines.
Reese's Pieces.
I'm going to go with Mary Jane.
Necco.
Twizzlers.
We're going to go with the whatchamacallit.
100 grand.
Where there's originals, baby.
Mounds.
Payday.
Twix.
Gummy bears.
Almond Joy.
Toblerone.
Charleston Chew.
Peanut M&Ms.
Lint chocolate truffles.
Butterfingers.
I don't know.
Ah.
And we wave goodbye to Goat Yoga. Oh, how sad, how sad. Somebody has to go every time. So
One
let's,
down.
No one said
Let's-
chocolate.
my next one was gonna be Hershey's chocolate bar, but
There you go.
but Goat Yoga died before I could get there. So all right. Let's go with toothpaste brands, type brands of toothpaste, and that is to you, Riggy.
Aqua Fresh.
Rest.
Stole mine. Arm & Hammer.
Colgate.
Tops.
Sensodyne.
My mom used to use that. Toms of Maine.
Ooh.
Whoa. What?
True.
Caffeine.
I'm glad because I was at that point.
Mouthwash
still have-
when you run out is one.
we still had Ultra Bright we could have gone to. So we're gonna go now. Oh, another one from Dr. C. Love it. We're gonna go with pizza toppings. Of course, that's a bad suggestion because now I want pizza. But thank you. All right, so it is to Dr. Brainpee. Pizza toppings.
Pepperoni.
Sausage.
Mushroom.
Meatball.
Pineapple.
Green peppers.
Mozzarella cheese.
Caramelized onions.
Ooh, now you are making me hungry. Jalapeno
Right?
peppers.
Sweet peppers.
Tomato sauce.
Ham.
Garlic.
This man
as a
said
top.
to tomato sauce, but then he said ham. I'm just saying.
What did you say, Brainpee?
When you said tomato sauce, it's a practical comment. Garlic as a topping.
Garlic's top.
Anchovy.
Yeah.
Prosciutto.
Mm-hmm. Squid.
Chicken.
Olives.
Pineapple.
Oh,
Say it already.
nice.
Oh,
I can't believe you guys accepted squid.
I believe it. My next
Oh,
one
the
was gonna be
calamari.
pears.
And I'll eat a
Yeah.
calamari on a pizza.
Okay.
throw it up.
All right. Let's see. K-Man gave us a couple of good ones. So let's go with baseball teams. And I should make it baseball teams that are not going to be in the playoffs for long. But
Oh.
that goes to me, I guess. Let's see.
Ouch.
What team could I think of? How about Chicago White Sox?
We'll go with the New York Yankees.
Also not in the playoffs.
We'll go with the New York Mets.
Didn't even sniff the playoffs. Oakland A's.
The Toronto Blue Jays.
Kansas City Royals.
Boston Red Sox.
The San Fran Giants.
Minnesota Twins.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
The Baltimore Orioles.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Washington Nationals.
The LA Dodgers.
Already said.
Die.
Thank God I was falling asleep.
That was the goal.
That was a goal.
We're saying it in hushed tones.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Like golf.
nighttime.
So-
improv.
Cam, it's you and me, buddy.
Bring it.
And I'm gonna choose how
Hey, you can't choose.
about-
You can't
Yeah,
choose.
yeah.
That's not fair. Completely unfair.
Damn, a little
And I
Okay,
choose
Ricky.
Long Island
sass on
delicacies.
Ricky
Yeah.
out there now.
Joe
Towns
Lobb.
on Long Island.
Joe Lobb, what do you got? Give him something. Oh, you know what? I
Towns
see
on
one
Long
for K-Man.
Island.
Type
Passing
of
the
sharks.
buck, huh?
Type of sharks.
Ha! That's the one I was gonna pick.
Well, I'm first, so I will go with land shark.
Yes, that's my fantasy football team.
I know.
Hammerhead shark.
Great white.
Sand shark.
Tiger.
Apparently, I don't know crap
Die,
about
die,
sharks.
die.
And Camel Treasure wins.
Hey.
Go White Sox.
You'll go White Sox.
We should have done Dolly Parton songs and made you sing them.
Hold that for the future. Okay, so while we reset, for our next game, I need you in the chat box to put in different sort of time periods or settings. We're going to play a game called Different Realities, and how the game works while you do that is two flops, in this case Rigamarole and Joe Lobb, are going to do a two-person scene together, but each of them is going to be like in a different time period or a different place, and neither knows what the other one's thing is, right? So we need your suggestions. Where are they, or etc. So let's see where we come up with. Okay,
I gotta take these off. You gotta announce.
Gotta take those off. Yeah, I'll announce it to the audience, and I will type your thing to you. So yeah, just pop those in the chat as we speak. And I have one already that I can work with. Nice. Okay. All right. I've got what I need. Thank you. All right. So Rigamarole is in World War I, and Joe Lobb is in Disneyland. So I'm going to tell Joe Lobb what his is, and then I'll text Riggy his.
Yes, okay.
Yep. Okay, they each have their thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hang on, Dave. Cody, in your chat, you have your thing. You see it? Okay, good. And let's see that scene.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Close.
You okay?
Close. Wow. Keep it down.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Fred. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, of course I'm okay. It's a happy play.
Happy? Ain't nothing happy about this. Grab your shovel.
I didn't bring my shovel. I have to borrow yours.
Okay, fine. You didn't bring your shovel. I
Can
brought
do
my
it with
shovel.
bare hands?
I'll stay here. You're on lookout.
Okay. What am I looking out for? Anything, right?
Yeah, any movement from the enemy side. Come on. Keep it together.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I got the hole dug. Come on, get in.
Well, okay. I miss watching that princess dance. Wow, she's special.
You got a girl waiting for you back home? Princess, you call her?
Yeah, no, she doesn't have to know anything about this. This is a holiday for me. What about you?
Oh, this ain't no holiday. I got a blue-eyed girl waiting for me back in New York.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see a picture of her here? I always always got to carry one. Keeps it going in the holes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, wow. She's nice.
Yeah.
She looks smart.
Is very smart. So what about this princess of yours? What do you?
Well, no, she's not mine. Believe me, she's out there on display to hundreds of thousands. You know, all those people standing in those lines, they got to have something to do. Otherwise, they'll just go nuts.
Women, you know. Sometimes you love the ones that get away, right?
Yeah. This one didn't get away from you, or you didn't get away from her.
No, I didn't. But Uncle Sam sure tried to send me away from her. Get down.
Okay.
All right, stay quiet.
When's your next furlough?
Honestly, I don't know if I'm making it to the next furlough.
Oh, sure you will.
What about you?
What's really dangerous is those pirates out there, and I think you can take them. I mean, they're all knee high anyway.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Oh, well, gee, I thought the something period appropriate, but not appropriate for you two. Of course, was bad, but pirates. But pirates, though.
This is designed to be YouTube in your head. So when you go home, you have all those beautiful memories. Did you catch the fireworks last night? Oh, I bet you thought they were artillery shells, didn't you?
I caught them. All right, and I caught a bunch of Frenchmen who were supposed to be taking that position, but of course they didn't take the position. It was all up to Uncle Sam.
You cannot depend on the French. Even Gaston, you cannot depend upon.
No. I don't know who Gaston is, but I met a couple of French guys who backed us up, and they were great. But I don't know about the unit on the left there. They're heading in trying to take Germany, but
a long way to go, especially on foot and by land.
Oh, they're rolling in tanks now. I don't know if you've seen them, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I've seen them, but I come to a place like this to forget about them.
Oh,
you've touched me deeply with a painful memory. Not your fault. You didn't know.
What's that memory that's so painful?
Well, it's a memory of a war, a big war, a real big war, like a world war. And although it doesn't show on my face, I'm actually old enough to have served in that war.
I don't think there's any war that's been greater than this one chronologically.
Well, I hope you're right. I hope it stops there too. Jeez.
Me too. I've been here since January of 17. How long you been here for?
Oh, about a day and a half.
And scene. Okay. So that's different realities. It was funny. So okay. Joe Lobb, I think you know the reality that Riggy's in.
I'm pretty sure it's the Eastern Front or the Western Front of World War One.
Well done. It was World War One. We weren't as specific as the Western Front, but that's really you zeroed in on it. So nice job, Joe Lobb. So Riggy, where do you think Joe Lobb was?
Well, at one point I thought he was in an escape room.
Okay.
No, I think maybe he was at a play of some kind, a ballet or Broadway, perhaps. Something
You're in the ballpark.
There was something about children playing pirates.
Yeah. Where would children go to have a wonderful time?
That could play pirates, and there's princesses,
and they might meet Gaston.
Oh well, for crying out loud, I'm not advertising for them. They got enough. They got enough money. That mouse.
They got money. They can pay us.
If that mouse wants me to say his name, he's gonna have to give me a couple dollars, okay?
Right. We'll say their name if they donate to the Trumansburg Conservatory of Fine Arts.
There you go.
Right.
1.4 million.
It's a modest amount. It's a modest amount, right?
Also, we can't say their name because they'll hit us with a cease and desist.
The video will come down.
What an exciting time!
Nevertheless,
Nevertheless,
I'm going to give Riggy credit for guessing it right. All right. So nice job, gentlemen. That was, of course, different realities. And our next game is good, really, really good suggestions coming in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Keep them coming. So our next game is called My Vacation With. And in this game, one of our flops, in this case, it will be Goat Yoga, has gone on an exotic vacation with a celebrity. And they've gone to a really strange place. And so let's see. I have so many good suggestions to choose from that Goat Yoga has gone to I'm going with this. The men's room at Chase Stadium, which doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
With Voldemort.
Oh.
All right. Let's see it. And I'll be your host. Okay. Well, if it's 3 a.m. It's time for Sunday Morning Hangover. Hi, I'm your host, Johnny Turbo, and we're here with a very, very special guest. That's right, it's the one and only Azalea, who has gone on an amazing vacation to the men's room of Shea Stadium with the one, the only, that villain of Harry Potter. That's right, Voldemort. So let's welcome Azalea, Bedelia, Amelia, and tell us how this happened.
Yes, well, let me tell you, it was an enthralling tale.
I bet.
I was trying to go to the opera, wind up at Chase Stadium. I don't even know what they do there. Is it basketball? Is it football? I don't even know, but the opera was going to be performing, so I attended, of course. And then, you know, I'm a respectable lady, and so I needed to use the bathroom before the beauty began. And so I made my way down over to the restroom, whereupon I saw no less than 100 ladies in line in the bathroom, whereas
Happens a lot.
in the gentleman's room there was not one. And I, you know, whispered inside and said, "Hello," and nobody said. And so I proceeded inside. Who did I find there other than Abracadabra?
So this was unexpected, it sounds like.
My dear man, I almost got my soul ripped out through my throat. Luckily, I was able to hide behind the urinal and miss the blow.
Right, but I understand, actually, once you got over that initial shock, you were kind of happy to see each other and plan the evening together. And I understand that there is actually a photo from that initial moment. That so let's bring that up for our audience. Hal, can you bring that first photo up? Okay, so Mazelia, tell us what's going on here in this photograph.
Well, I think the photo is very clear. I don't know what you mean by it, but clearly the constipated face is my face as I'm simultaneously trying to keep my excrement inside while I almost get murdered in the men's room by Voldemort, who you can see right next to me with his hand reaching for his signature pose while also covering his privates because he was in the middle of urinating. And then finally, there's a microphone to take it all in and amplify the sound over the stadium. It was wild. Wild.
Oh, I think I saw the video of that on YouTube. Well, I'll tell you, that is quite an unusual thing to happen. But I understand after that sort of initial shock and crotch grabbing that you two kind of talked it through and realized you have a lot in common, which I imagine had to be surprising, right?
That is right. Yes. You see, we're both orphans, grew up in orphanages, and the way that this even happened was I always keep something magical hidden in my bosom. And so I was able to retrieve it in secret and begin.
That's very entrancing.
Right when I did that, he made a face, and I knew that our differences were smaller than our similarities.
That's great to see, making connections, bridging gaps. So I understand then that an interesting thing happened when you went to the concession stands together. Hal, can we see that one, please?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Well, first of all, let me just say that magic really is real, and I'm a little astounded that you would break the international secrecy standard by revealing this photo. As you can see, Voldemort's face is half obscured. He was becoming invisible because he doesn't need an invisibility cloak for such actions. Meanwhile, I was so thrilled by our new friendship that I was double shotgunning some beers, and in the background was the opera going on and on. We weren't even paying the slightest attention. We were just having a jolly old time, downing our beers and becoming invisible.
I'm glad you brought that up because, well, according to the reports in the paper, there was an incident at the opera, and I believe, if I've heard it right, they stopped the opera, and, well, the performers yelled at you is what I heard. Perhaps you could put some clarity on that. There's kind of a grainy photo that I think got caught by the stadium sky cam. Do we have that, Hal?
Please.
Yeah, we have it. Okay, let's see it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That one, Hal, that's upside down. Come on.
Hate you, John.
Fuck me, dude.
Well, yes, from the sky cam, it clearly is not, what can you even make out from a sky cam? I think it's probably put out by a bunch of Dementors.
Well, I do feel like I see an upraised middle finger in one of them, but...
Okay, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to slander me and my good friend Voldy. But let me just tell you, the foot in the air, that is obviously not somebody dying from the Avada Kedavra because they booed us. That is just a man so entranced by the music that he is dancing, prancing really with joy. Here we've got somebody's elbow because they were doing the funky chicken. They couldn't handle how lovely the music was. And then there you've got a dismembered body. And I can't really tell you why that was there, but I assure you they were having a grand time, and they are regretful for anything they may or may not have said to me and my new friend Voldemort.
All right. Well, that puts a lot of things in perspective. Unfortunately, as interesting as this story is, that is all we have time for tonight. We have had an amazing evening talking with Amelia Bedelia, who went on a wonderful vacation to the men's room of Shea Stadium and a few other places in the stadium with the one and only legendary Voldemort. I'm Johnny Turbo, and I'll see you next week.
I feel unclean.
Mike, were you actually flipping me off there, or was it?
Mm-mm.
That would have been funny.
I was pointing at my ass so you could kiss it.
Excellent. Well done, sir. Well done. All right, our next game is a new game. And it's always exciting to introduce you to new games. We've come up with a ton of them since we've been doing our shows virtually. And credit for this game goes not only to the Flop's own Rigamarole, but also to Rigamorole's fine spouse, Mrs. Gumby. And so Mrs. Gumby and Riggy came up with this fantastic game, and we love it. We're going to play it for the first time tonight. And it is called The Birds and the Bees. And so the premise of this game is a parent is going to give his kids the talk, but it's very awkward. And he's going to use some very allegorical language to try and help us understand just what it is he's trying to tell us. And so this is a game for Rigamarole, who's going to be the parent. And then it's going to be for Dr. Brainpee, Camel Treasure, and me. Birds and the Bees. You've seen it here for the first time.
Are you asking me to start?
Oh, yes. Dad.
I need a prompt.
Oh, yeah, we would. We're so excited.
Brand new people.
Welcome to our new game, folks.
You must divine the prompt. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I was looking through them. I saw some good ones in there, but I don't think it's fair if I pick. I don't think it's fair if I pick.
No, I'm going to pick for you, but you're right. There are some excellent ones. I got so in the zone of it, I forgot to tell.
Go ahead, Riggy. Come on. Blow my
mind. All right. Lots of good ones. And I see Aunt Zesty's joined the party. Welcome, Aunt Zesty. And so we're going to go with, I don't know. She gave us 3 really good ones.
Combine.
No, they don't combine well. I'm going to go with Bug Exterminator.
Okay. All right.
So I like Riggy to have challenges.
All right, kids. Come on in. I got to talk to you. All right. Look,
is this going to take long, Dad?
No, it won't take long. Your mother and I have been having a chat. We heard you guys talking about some stuff, and I think I need to sort of explain some things to you now that you're young men. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start off with just so that you understand the basis. When you get to be a man like me, at some point you're going to get a call. You're going to get a call about a house on 7th. And that house on 7th is going to say, hey, I really need you to come to my house and climb into my ducts, get all the vermin and bugs out of there. And you got to be the one to go in there and get the vermin and the bugs and then create a beautiful, clean, wonderful house from that loving customer person exterminator relationship. Does that make sense? You guys got any questions about that, or is that explain everything for you?
Lots of questions. What if I don't like bugs? Bugs are gross.
Well, you don't have to be a bug exterminator. Some people specialize in rats and mice. I'm a bug guy. Personally, we're a bug family, but we're open to exterminating both mice and rats if that's what the customer needs.
Mr. Dad.
You could just call me Mister.
Mister. What's a duct? And do you have to come inside it, or?
A duct is like an opening. We have them in our house. We have more shafts than we do ducts in our house. But a shaft is usually an opening. And yeah, when you're trying to exterminate, when you gotta go into the vent to exterminate, or else you're not gonna have the same experience. Now, not every customer needs you to go into a shaft. Or to service their vents. Some customers need you to service the shaft, or the vents. But everybody always needs you in their living room. Mikey.
But Dad, is it better to exterminate bugs from the front vent or the back vent?
It's much more sanitary in general to start from the front to the back. So when we're cleaning an event, when we're exterminating an event, we always start from the front vent. Now some people only need the back vent cleaned. So those people we only address that issue. Johnny.
Yeah, Dad. How many customers do you have?
Well, I've only ever had one customer. Okay, that's your mother. Your mother's had a few other exterminators, But that's mostly before we got married. So, yeah, Danny.
Mr. Dad, what if the bugs get everywhere? Just everywhere.
Oh, sometimes the bugs are gonna be everywhere. Sometimes you're gonna find bugs in the downstairs living room. Sometimes you're gonna find the bugs in your bedroom. Sometimes you get caught exterminating alone in the bathroom, and the walls are covered in bugs. So that's gonna happen. Oh yeah, it is scary. It is scary, and it's difficult to deal with. And when you get a little older, you'll find out how to deal with it. But when you're young, it's hard. Mikey, you had a question.
Dad, I just had this thought while I was sneezing. What happens if you sneeze while you're exterminating? Does it scare the bugs?
It's kind of hard to understand you since we sent you away to school and you have a completely different accent than the rest of the family. But I think your question is if you sneeze. Yeah, sometimes you sneeze and that gets the bugs even further everywhere. Sometimes it helps you get the bugs out. Johnny, you had a question. Let's rapid fire here. Come on, Johnny.
Yeah. Dad, it'd be so much easier just stomp on the bugs. Why don't you just jump and stomp on the bugs?
Some people, that's the thing. They enjoy feet and bugs together. Me, I'm about exterminating, and that's okay. They can have their thing and I can have my thing, and that's completely okay. Danny, you had a question.
Yeah, Mr. Dad, is there any time when the job is just so big, you gotta have like multiple exterminators there to take care of everything at the same time?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of scary if there are that many bugs.
It's a good question, Dan.
Some people want to get multiple companies involved in an extermination job. That's way too complicated for me. I'm not about that. I'm a single exterminating company kind of guy. One customer, one person one exterminator at a time. No mixing up the. Johnny had a question.
Yeah, but Dad, no, it's not a question. Last month, Mom had multiple exterminators here. I saw them. There was one in the bedroom and there was one in the bathroom and one in the living room, and she went between all of them to watch them do the bugs. I don't understand.
Yeah. What we have here in our house is called an open contract, okay? So that means that I'm not the only exterminator that services this location. And that's not my preference. I prefer one exterminator job, but I want to make this customer exterminator relationship work, and that's what it's gonna take. So, Danny, you had a question.
Mr. Dad, who gets billed for this?
Well, hopefully you are never paying anyone to exterminate for you. Okay. I'm not trying to shame exterminators that take money for exterminating. What I'm trying to say is that hopefully it doesn't come to the point where that's what you're doing, okay? I don't want you exterminating for money. All right, Mikey.
But Dad, what would be the best thing to wear when you exterminate? I think it would be best to wear nothing so you can clean the bugs off easier.
No.
But
Sorry, go ahead. You can finish, but no, that's not.
No, that was my question, Dad.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's hard to tell when you're ending because the accent. I have no idea. Anyway, so always wear your jumpsuit, okay? Never go exterminate without a jumpsuit until you find someone that you want to exterminate with forever, okay? But even then, sometimes you're gonna want to wear your jumpsuit because you don't want to end up making another house. You just want to keep the number of houses the same, and sometimes at some point you're gonna have a surgery that's gonna make it so you don't have to wear the jumpsuit anymore because you have 3 kids and one of them you can't understand because he has a completely different accent than the other 2. Okay. Anybody else have any more questions? Are we good?
No. I'm never gonna exterminate. I'm just live with bugs.
You're probably good to not exterminate because I'll tell you it's a dirty job.
I'm gonna exterminate everyone.
Oh, I have worries about you and the one with the weird accent. Okay, I'm gonna go clean the bathroom now because
this sounds fun.
Bye, Dad.
Okay, bye, Dad.
Well, Dad's got a phone call.
I wonder if it's another exterminator.
Could be. Hey, where's the Nintendo?
So the scene's basically over, and what I'm going to do now is shame my mother, who I told we have a show tonight and is calling anyway. I'm going to do this on.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, Mom. You're on the air, broadcasting live in our show.
Oh, well, I don't know that that's a good chance.
Probably not. How about I call you later?
How about you do that? That'd be a good idea.
All right.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama Creme.
That's the cast greeting you. All right. I'll see you later.
Okay, have a good
You'll be on YouTube in the morning. Bye.
Wait, ask who her favorite performer is.
Wonderful.
What? Oh, we have a
favorite
question. You called in the middle of the show, so now Rigamarole wants to know who your favorite cast member is, and I'm going to bet she doesn't know the cast members, although she has watched the show. Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah, who's your favorite cast member
In what?
in ComedyFLOPs?
What would be you?
Oh, it'd be me.
Bloody favoritism.
I love you, Mom. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, my mom doesn't do that. My mom's favorite. I'm not my mom's favorite.
It's improv. We'll call this one the one where John's mom called in the middle of the show.
Now Aunt Zesty and my parents are gonna call all of us.
Don, call your mother.
All right, so that was the birds and the bees, and props to Rigamarole and Mrs. Gumby for that.
It's that time.
It is that time.
Camel time.
It is time to play Cabbage or Camel. That's right.
Cabbage or camel, cabbage or camel,
Cabbage or Camel.
Oh,
Yes.
camel.
That's right. That time in our show where we take a random item and each flop must tell me if they think the item is more cabbage or camel. Flops, are you ready for tonight's item?
Oh.
Never.
No? Okay. It's a weird one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
So get a good look. I think it stands up like this. Maybe play it like a horn. I'm not sure. Like a small trumpet.
Play? Yeah.
I don't know. So here's my question, and I'm going to start tonight with, let's start with Rigamarole. Rigamarole.
Okay, I got this.
This strange thing, cabbage or
it's-
camel?
It's easy. You
Okay.
could very easily stick a candle in one or both ends of that thing, and you could burn both ends of the night. And my argument is, well, what's easy to burn, a cabbage or a camel? Camel's got fur, you can take that off, burn it, it would smell, but the rest of the camel's still intact, still wet. It's probably easier to dry out a single cabbage than it is to dry out a single camel. Ergo, easier to burn a cabbage than a camel. Ergo, that thing is a cabbage.
Okay.
I lost track of where I was going, but I figured it out at the end.
But in the end, you came right back to it. Rigamarole says cabbage. Joe Lobb, do you agree with him, or do you have a different point of view?
I don't. It's all twisty and it's going in three directions at once. And if you've ever seen a camel trying to get up, that's about what it looks like. There's one leg over here and one leg over there and one leg back there, and he's trying to spit at you at the same time. Also, this appears to be a dry object, and camels are, they're dry on the outside, certainly, and they can get away with being dry on the inside for a long time. Cabbage, not so much. They're kind of moist, no matter, from birth to death. They're kind of moist and slimy. So I'm going to say it's a camel.
Okay, so one for camel. Would it change anybody's mind if I showed you that this piece screws off, right? Yeah. So Dr. Brainpee, what do you think? Cabbage or camel?
It's a toughie.
Yeah.
I was following thinking about Riggy's logic there, about sticking a candle at both ends, and I was like, well, you could do that with a camel, but I think you would have better luck sticking a candle in both ends of a cabbage.
True. I agree.
And you'd be less likely to get spit on.
So
I'm
sounds like
going
you're
with cabbage.
going with cabbage? Okay.
Going with cabbage.
Okay. All right. Goat yoga. You've had a chance to hear different perspectives and, of course, see our item. What do you think? This thing, cabbage or camel?
Well, I think everyone I don't think anyone realizes that this is very clearly a cabbage instrument. I mean, the top funnel is one measuring. So this is a cabbage measuring utensil. So the funnel on the top measures the most medium of sized cabbage. Then you pass to the middle. That loop is the ideal cabbage that you want. That is a great cabbage. And then if you go to the little top piece, that is the perfect size. Oh no, the little tiny one.
Oh.
That is the perfect size for sauerkraut. So if you don't know what size to shave your cabbage to, you got that hole. So clearly.
Okay.
Cabbage.
So another one for cabbage. Cabbage seems to be carrying the day so far. But Camel Treasure, what do you think? Cabbage or camel?
I mean, at first glance, when you look at it, I mean, just look at those curves and look at those humps at the end. I mean, what else has curves and humps but a camel? But I can take it a step further. You see, if you hold it up again, if you put your mouth on that and you blow, spit is going to come out of that, right? If you put your mouth on a camel and you blow, spit is going to come out of that as well. Ergo, camel.
Okay. Well,
that is a sound argument.
It is. So I think I heard 3 votes for cabbage and 1 vote for, 2 votes for camel. Well, the answer is, in fact, tonight, camel. And here's why. So Camel Treasure was right on the money with the hump here, but also notice here's the hole for spitting, right? But over here we have the bort hole. And so like a camel, it's got holes at each end, it's got the hump, and this is the little seat where a person rides. Therefore, this is, in fact, a camel. Yeah, I know. This was a particularly tricky one. And so there's no shame tonight if you guessed cabbage. Still give yourself a pat on the back for a good effort. And that's tonight's episode of Cabbage or Camel.
Cabbage or camel.
Cabbage or camel.
Camel. All right.
We got 3 different theme songs.
That's because it's improv. Hey, it's improv where your mother can call in the middle of the show.
That's right.
She is going to be
Please call Mom. I miss you.
She is going to be so annoyed that I put her on.
Hey.
But I had to, right?
You had to. There was
another
option.
You had to do it.
I'm a little disappointed she didn't drop an F-bomb in the middle. But,
Why the F would you do that?
That'll be when we talk later. All right. So that brings us to our last game of the first set. Then we're going to take a short break. This game is called Pyramid, and so this is a game for basically everybody but me. And how it works, it's a 5-person game, starting with one person doing sort of a monologue scene based on a topic I'm going to give them momentarily from all the great suggestions you've given us. Then at some point, another flop's going to come into the scene, and they will build an entirely new scene. A third flop will come in, new scene, 4th flop, new scene, 5th flop, new scene. And then one by one, they'll leave the scene, returning to the previous scene they had done when there were lesser cast members, ending with the 1 flop. It's a fun game. And so whoever's on the screen at the count of 3, other than me, is our monologuist. 1, 2, 3. All right.
My thing didn't work. I was going to get... All right, whatever. You know,
look,
fine.
you do it all the time. You want me to do it? I'll do it.
No, I got it.
Okay.
No, stay off, Riggy.
Right. I was just giving you an offer
Stay
here.
off, Riggy.
I gotta do something to be my mom's favorite flop over you.
Oh,
that's right. That's right. Okay, so tonight's inspiration for your scene. Let me think. How shall we do this? Let's go with Antarctica. Antarctica is the word to inspire your scene. Take it wherever you want.
Ooh, all right. I didn't think. I kind of thought that doing a timeshare in Antarctica, I thought it'd be a good idea. But you know what? I have a shack. I thought it'd maybe be like a really cool like glamping igloo, but nope, it's a shack. It's literally a tin shack with a space heater. Also thought it'd be a little better than that. I'm okay, but here we are. I thought I'd see penguins. I don't see any penguins. Yep, they are not there. I guess maybe that's why I tried to book it in penguin season, but they were like, "Oh, it's all booked up."
Daddy.
What?
Are there ants in Antarctica?
Let me think. Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because I asked Mrs. Greenfield about arcs in Arctica, and she says there's no arcs in Arctica, but I was wondering if ants in Antarctica would be different.
She is smart. She teaches us math, but maybe she doesn't know anything about Antarctica. And I think I do, and I think there are ants in Antarctica.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Welcome to the Love Shack. Woo!
Love Shack, baby.
I heard you say that you were complaining about living in a shack, but this is the Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
That love just tripping off the walls.
Yes, come on in. Warm yourselves. We have an ant farm. It's perfect, yeah.
You have an ant farm?
That's right.
Whose idea was it to hold class outside in December?
All right, shut up. Whatever. I thought it'd be a good idea to get outside.
It's frozen.
I can't feel my fingers.
There's warmth in the Love Shack.
Can we start class so maybe we can finish early? I can't feel my spleen.
What's the rule on the professor not showing up? Is that 15 minutes or 15 seconds?
Can't check my watch to find out.
15 whole minutes, I'm afraid.
What's that? Yeah, no, I can take it from there. Okay, these four? Yeah. And the four survivors began fighting amongst themselves for their food.
I call the ham hock. It's mine. I licked it.
My Oreos.
They were nearly out.
Not the gristle.
Had to save as much as they possibly could.
I call your ham
I'll trade you an Oreo for some gristle.
Can't have my ham hock trade.
Oh, I'll see what I cut off.
Their mighty hunger was slightly overcoming. The youngest of them decided to take the first bite. He discovered he liked the taste.
My hands!
He liked the taste of human flesh, and he wished to try more.
Hey, we're 3 and he's 1. Let's gang up on him and eat him.
Hello, Camel. Time to die.
Oh,
wait,
this
is real footage? These aren't actors? No, I can't make another snuff film. I can't do it.
I'm calling it, guys. I can't.
I can't. My head's fucking
Put your
frozen.
hands in your armpits. It's kind of help.
I'll take the F in class participation. Fuck this
I
shit.
already have an F.
Oh, well, then why are you here?
I don't know.
You're a moron. Oh, God. Screw this. I'm going to Starbucks. Goodbye.
Come on over, we're gonna dance all night.
It's warmer here than it is in Antarctica.
Oh,
Sure
yeah.
is, and it's way warmer in my Chrysler. It seats about 20.
Hey, that's a great idea. You want to borrow his Chrysler?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Why don't you head on out?
I'm gonna take the keys and go.
Oh, okay. I'll meet you at. Well, I guess I don't know where I'll meet you. Daddy. Daddy,
What?
I went to the Wikipedia, and it turns out that there are not a single ant in Antarctica, just like there are no arcs in Arctica.
Well, it's a liar. Because I said so.
I never thought of that. Well, I'll just go whack some sense into old Wiki there, and are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, if my dad is sure, that's good enough for me. I'll let you know when I got Wiki all straightened out. Bye.
Well, here I am in my timeshare in Antarctica. Pretty sure they this kind of sold me a lemon on this one. I signed up for some experiment, maybe. But hey, it beats the $10,000 cancellation fee, so well, let's find us a beach.
And scene. All right. That is Pyramid. And Pyramid comes with a degree of difficulty. You have to really think quick to switch between the games. And then on the way back down, remember what it was you did on the way back up. So there you have it. All right. We are going to call it halftime, which means we're going to take a quick break. I want to remind you our nonprofit charity this month is the Trumansburg Conservatory of Fine Arts. And I am pleased to tell you, so far from this show, we have raised $255. So thank you to everybody who's contributed. If you haven't yet shown them a little love and you're able to, we certainly would appreciate it. We're going to see if we can get them to $300 if at all possible. Maybe we'll do better. Who knows? But thanks for everybody who's kicked in so far. Oh, and I'm off camera, so I should turn that back on. What I'm doing is shameless plug. All right. We're going to go on quick break, 3 to 4 minutes, and we'll be back with some more great stuff for the second set.
Bye.
Hey, welcome back. Hope you had a chance to have that potty break I know you were worrying about because you were glued to the screen watching us. Hopefully you got a drink too. You know, the drunker you are, the funnier we are, certainly. Funnier we are when we're drunk too. Anyway, welcome back to the second set. We have a lot of fun things for you in this set as well. So I want to welcome all the flops back onto the stage en masse for our first game of set 2. There they are, one by one.
No, Ma, it's not a call-in show. Oh, I gotta go. We starting, okay? Go watch it.
Wait, who's our favorite flop?
Who's your favorite flop? Oh, she hung up.
Yeah.
What are the odds? 2 moms, 1 show, and 1 mom in the audience. I'll tell you, you just never know what's going to happen when we're doing this. So, first game for this set is called The Worst Thing You Can Say, and I put before the break, I put in the chat some requests for asked fors, and so this is a game where we're going to take situations and circumstances where you could say something inappropriate and it wouldn't be good. So the example I put in the chat was baptism, and of course somebody immediately wrote baptism. But I'm not going to start with baptism because that would just be encouraging camel treasure. So, but I'm going to pick something you put in there because it's funny. Worst thing you can say when getting a parking ticket.
Yeah. Pick me.
Camel treasure.
I'm going to go get my coffee. I dare you to tow me.
Oh.
Do you know who my dad is?
Brainpee.
It doesn't count if I drive away before you stick it on my window.
Worst thing you can say when getting a parking ticket. You know, you could cut me a break. I'm going to be your new father. I just got back from your mom's. Riggy.
Cam, there must be some way we can work this out.
Oh, my.
Any others? All right. Let's see. Then let's go with... Riggy, go ahead.
No. There's already 4 on there. You can't give me a 5th. It's against the rules.
All right. We have a suggestion from Dr. C. Keeping them coming.
Sub?
Worst thing you can say at a funeral. Worst thing that you can say in a funeral. Riggy.
All right, let's get this service started. Now we have some of the dearly departed's friends here, and they're going to do a little bit, and they're going to need some suggestions from the audience. Yes, worst thing to say at a funeral. Go.
So, you know why we're all here, and let's just have some straight talk. We all know that Oliver was a right bastard. And that's why we're burying him without pants.
What?
Excuse me, I'm being invaded. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Got derailed there by a piece of. What was I going to say? I was going to say something of. Oh, right. I told you it wasn't indigestion.
Brainpee.
All right, let's prop him up and everybody get one last picture with Grandpa.
They used to do that in Victorian times. Riggy.
Wait! I know the location of its treasure. He swallowed it before he died. Actually,
Okay, I'm so glad to see you all here. And if you could prop him up, we're going to shoot the first scene from Weekend at Bernie's 3. Goat yoga.
Yeah, between you and me, I might have snuck a couple of mice in his pants pocket.
Joe Lobb.
I'm so very happy and pleased to see that all 3 of his wives could make it to this service.
Riggy.
He's not being cremated? Well, I want my fireworks back then.
Oh!
Okay, new one. We're going to go first, worst thing you can say during Sunday dinner with your mom. Thank you, Ancestry. Worst thing you can say, Sunday dinner with your mom.
So Mom, all right, I gotta go. Thanks for the food. Thanks for my mail. Oh, sorry, I totally forgot this the whole time. How do you want to be called as grandma? Is it ma'am, nanny? What are we doing with that? Because yeah, that's happening.
Worst thing you can say at Sunday dinner with your mom. So Mom, did I tell you I'm in an improv troupe? Cam.
So, Ma, Mr. Dad was talking about exterminators, and I was wondering how many exterminators that you have.
Oh!
Riggy.
Mom, who's your favorite member of the Flops? Hand Ration? She's not even here anymore!
Aw.
No, Mom, I don't think you're sagging any. No, you look.
Oh, God.
I mean, Joe Lobb.
Where's Squeaks and Mr. Whistle? I didn't see him when I came in the door, and they usually jump all over my shoes.
Uh-oh.
Riggy.
Mom, what's this receipt you got in the mail from 1877 Cars for Kids?
Mom, what's this receipt you got in the mail from adamandeve.com? Brainpee.
Ma, you kill that damn dog yet?
All right, Riggy.
I don't know. No, let's end with his. His was good. We don't need another one.
Okay.
Wait,
all right, go Yoga, go. Yep.
I just ran into Aunt Tanelle, and she said that when Fluffy died, when I was at school, you went to the pet store and got a new hamster. And that's who I had for the next 2 years, calling him Fluffy. It's a true story.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
Oh, God.
She's watching right now, Mom.
Mother's Day special, everyone.
I was going to say, we seem to have a high percentage of moms being involved in tonight's show. I think it's working. All right, last one. Let's do worst thing you can say when baby's taking their first steps. Joe Lobb.
Sit down while you can, kid.
Riggy.
Well, at least no Michael Jackson.
I don't know. He looks like he's pooped his pants. Joe Lobb.
Geez, he moves just like Michael Jackson.
Riggy.
Wait. Keep going. I'll be right back. I just pooped my pants.
Cam.
Big whoop. This was worth missing the football game for. I can walk too, you know.
Goat Yoga.
Oh my gosh, what an experience. Honey, did you give him chocolate? What's that running down his leg?
And scene. No, okay, Brainpee. A high bar.
I think he's been drinking.
And scene. Good one. Good one. Nice. All right. Our next game is it's kind of an all play, but it's going to feature two particular flops. In this case, Camel Treasure and Rigamarole.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Get back over here, Riggy. You're
Quick
on.
wipe.
All right. So this game is called Would I Lie to You? And I'm going to give them a topic, and each of them is going to tell me their best story on the topic, whatever it might be. And I'll take it from your suggestions and from other games. And then after we've heard both of their stories, the flops will all come on screen and we'll vote on whether we think they were telling the truth or not. And we'll see if they fool us or not, and they'll get points if they do fool us, and they'll lose points if they don't. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, and our suggestion for this one comes from Dr. C, and it's your best story about getting a tooth pulled. And we'll start with Camel Treasure.
So when I had my first tooth pulled, I did not know what to expect. You have all this anxiety and tension. I have a general phobia of dentists anyway, if you can't tell. But I had a tooth that needed to come out. It was time. It was past time. It should have come out a while ago. Anyway, story is, they shot me with Novocaine, and when I'm of course thinking, all right, it's going to take about 10 or 15 minutes, wait till my face goes completely numb. They're going to kind of, relax. They've got something on the TV. It's going to be nice and chill. And literally 2 minutes later, I can still feel my cheeks. The dentist is back in there. It's like, okay, we're ready to go. And I'm like, I can feel. And before I can say anything, he had that little clamp on the tooth, and I can just kind of feel the pressure. And I'm sitting there freaking out, waiting for the pain. And then it was done. And it was bizarre because I had never had a positive experience with a dentist before. And I want to go back and have another one pulled now.
All right, Cam, thank you for that. And Rigamarole, that's you. Your best story about getting a tooth pulled.
Okay. When I was a kid, third-ish, no, earlier than that, must have been second grade. I had the 4 front teeth here taken out of my mouth. So it was my canines. I think that's those ones there. The canines and these ones taken out to make space in my mouth, I think. And I had those out for a while, and I looked like, actually, it might have been these two here, so it was even more goofy looking. I spent like 2 years or something like that with these 4 teeth missing. And they grew in, and I had braces as well. So I guess this is my dental journey. I had a spacer put in middle school after the teeth had grown in, because I have TMJ actually. So, this detail would be brilliant if I was lying. I had a spacer put in the roof of my mouth.
Exactly what a liar would say.
And it spread my teeth out. It spread my teeth out sideways, and there was a big gap in between my teeth. And I was in a play, and my cousin was in the audience, and he said, why did they blacken Cody's tooth here? What? And my mother was like, oh no, it's not blackened. He's got a space in there. So I had been going around for months, singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" and calling myself the Queen of Rock and Roll. Because I had that space in between my teeth, and people seemed to really like that, even though I was a kid in the mid noughties, and they were like, most of them didn't know who Elton John was. I think they just thought that was funny. So there you go, rambling story that could be true, probably true. You should say it's true. You should say it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get all the flops on the screen. So we've heard 2 stories. They're best stories about getting a tooth pulled. And we have to figure out if they're lying or not. So let's start with Cam, because he gave us our first story. So I'm gonna go to you, Goat Yoga, first. Do you think Cam was telling the truth, or do you think he was fibbing?
Nobody has that good of an experience at a dentist. It was a lie.
Okay, you say a lie. Okay. Dr. Brainpee, what do you think? Did he have that rare good experience, or is he a big liar?
No, I'm with Goat Yoga on this. Nobody has that good experience at the dentist. It's a lie.
Okay. Lie. It's stacking up against you, Cam. Yeah, Joe Lobb, what do you think?
Well, he had me as having a true until the very end when he said he wanted to go get another one pulled.
Yeah.
But being the cagey bastard he is, I know that he would say that just to make me think that it was a lie. So I'm going to say it's true.
Going to say true. Okay. All right.
Thinking too hard, Joe Lobb.
Well, yeah, I agree on that. I think it is possible to have a good experience at the dentist. Mostly I have. But if it was going on and you could feel it, that wouldn't be a good experience at the dentist unless it's like Little Shop of Horrors, right? And you're a masochist, right? Then it could be. But
I am your
I don't
dentist.
Exactly. But I don't. Okay,
Yes,
bye.
yes, yes.
So I believe that Cam is not actually a masochist. So I think he was fibbing. So I'm also going to say lie. Don't tell us yet, because we have to see what we think about Riggy's. Okay. So Riggy told us a detailed story. And so, Goat Yoga, what do you think? Was Riggy lying or telling the truth?
I was focusing on his eyes, trying to see if his pupils were dilating or not. It was true.
That's true. She has an amazingly high res.
She could feel the love tonight.
Right. She could. Dr. Brainpee, what do you think? Riggy, fibber or truther?
Am I a Rocket
Also
Man?
a liar.
Liar.
You don't think I'm Rocket Man?
He says they're all lies. They're
Second
all
grade,
lies.
dude. Second grade.
Well, I think it's gonna be a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really upset if it was like all true except like one tiny part.
No, that's against the rules. We're not allowed to do that.
That is right. It's either got to be a complete lie or complete truth. All right, Joe Lobb, what do you think? Riggy, fibber or not?
Kind of the same situation as with the previous liar. A bit of overplaying, if this were true, almost like an O.J. Simpson thing. But again, he's clever enough to say that on purpose to make me think that it was
don't
lying.
spread. The truth is dead.
There you go. I'm going to call it the truth.
That's the tagline for this show. So you can say truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, interestingly enough, I also think it's true. I think Riggy, we know Riggy has, sort of a penchant for musical theater, as he demonstrated with the whole dentist scene from Little Shop of Horrors. And so I could easily see him being that kid who would be like, I have a gap, therefore I'm Elton John, and playing that to the hilt, right? Of course he would. And, we know kids' mouths are a mess, so dentists are often pulling teeth and spreading teeth and, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'll get right in there. Yeah, I'll fix this right up. Plop that one and spread the others. It'll be good.
Exactly. See, Dr. Brainpee knows because he does dentistry on the side. So
yeah, it's my side hustle.
Yep. I'm gonna also go with truth. So now we have to have the moment of truth. So let's start with Cam. Cam, was your story true or a lie?
My story was 100% truth.
Ooh. So
not only that, but it happened during the pandemic as well. So you had that extra level anxiety.
Okay, so three of us called you.
Person to touch.
Yeah.
All right, that makes a lot more sense. Yes, anything. Pull my teeth.
Yep. So what happened here is three of us thought he was a big liar, and he was not. He didn't fool Joe Lobb, however. So he got 3 points for fooling three of us, and he loses one for not fooling Joe Lobb, but he has a score of 2. So that's a good score coming out of this. But now we get to Rigamarole, and Rigamole's got to beat 2. And so, Riggy, what's your story, truth or a lie?
I'm a Rocket Man. No, it's true. It's 100% true.
100% true.
I was playing Horton from Seussical.
Okay.
Horton, here's a...
So there we go. So Riggy had fooled one person. One person said he was lying. So he got 1 point for that. But he didn't fool 3 of us. So that means Riggy has a score of -2, which means Camel Treasure is tonight's winner of Would I Lie to You?
And the answer to that question is no. I wouldn't.
No, they were both told.
Never.
You are honest people, but Cam's a little better in making us think he's a liar. So,
I mean,
so there you have it.
Thank you, I think.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. You're most definitely welcome. All right, so
untrustworthy. That's going to be my slogan when I run.
Yeah. So for our next game, we're going to play Last Flop Standing. This is an all-play game. It's a timed game, And I'm going to get my timer going. And how this works is we get a suggestion from you, and I see nobody put one in. So I'll pick one of your other things to inspire us, and we will debate it. And so let me get my timer here. I'm not having my timer because I don't know how to work my new phone. Okay, there we go. I do know how to work it, just not well. All right. Okay, so tonight's topic for this game, well, let me tell them how the game works first. Okay, so we're going to set a 4-minute timer, and the flops will have a topic that they'll debate. One of them will start debating, but at any point after they've had a minute to make their point, somebody can clap in. I will recognize them. They will briefly tell me why the person talking is wrong, and I will rule on whether their point is valid or not. If it's valid, they get to take over and talk. If it's invalid, the person who was talking gets to continue. At the end of 4 minutes, the last flop standing is the winner. Okay. Flops, are you ready for your topic tonight? Your topic is acupuncture. And we're going to start with Joe Lobb.
Acupuncture. Everyone has heard of it by now. It's penetrated the American culture deeply, no pun intended. And its basis is the system of meridians in the body, where they join, where they cross, where they separate. And the theory is that if you put a needle of sufficient...
Yes, goat yoga.
Yeah, I'm going to have to argue that. It's not about the radians in the body. It's about making humans a live voodoo doll.
I don't think that's true, but I'm going to accept it because it was interesting. Go.
Okay, so really, you've got some statists out there. They like to hurt people, and then you got a lot of people out there that want to hurt people, but they don't have the guts, so they go to an acupuncturist. It looks like they're doing great things to themselves. They're like, oh, I feel all better. Really? Okay, what do you guys say?
Ricky?
I've seen Scooby-Doo. It's not about people hurting each other. It's about cat monsters that want to control an island.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
Yeah, so, and then you want to, and so then you got to, go there and you got to summon this other person's spirit. So when you say, yeah, start helping me.
You don't really have to summon their spirit. All you have to do is to say, doctor, I'm ready.
That's true.
So, it's a little bit more down to earth. It tends to be all mystical and floaty in that special oriental way, but it isn't really. There's been a lot of scientific research done on it, and people have found that it actually does reduce pain. It's not a trick of the mind. It's not a trick of the spirit. Having a needle inserted in one place can positively and profoundly affect something completely different.
Ricky.
People have all sorts of beliefs that things make you feel reduced pain, but that doesn't actually mean it works.
That's true.
I've seen people do some crazy stuff to reduce their pain, and not all of it's insane, but we can't just say just because people said it worked that it works. I've seen people take hammers to their own hands in order to say, the pain stopped.
Of course we can say it, but we have direct first-person testimony from the people who said, A, I felt this pain before, B, the process of acupuncture, C, I don't feel this pain anymore.
This man's confusing medical research with a court of law.
You have not been recognized, sir.
It was my turn. You said Joe Lobb was wrong.
That is Mike.
I was going to give a little more to the ruling. Thank you, sir. Joe Lobb has forgotten that our last game was Would I Lie to You, so we know people lie. So, Ricky, you have the mic again.
This man is confusing medical research with a court of law. And first-person testimony may be admitted in a court of law, but it will not be admitted in this medical research study today, sir. I will tell you what will be admitted: scans and rubs and measurements, and that is it. Now, get the needles ready, Mrs. Gumby, because we're going to do it live on camera. Mrs. Gumby?
Don't cut to him. Keep this going.
Mrs. Gumby.
I'm not recognizing anybody. I want to see her sticking with needles.
Ready.
Keep the timer running, too.
We don't have needles.
Yeah, start the 4 minutes back over.
Do we have
you have needles.
Bring me pens and pencils. We'll do pens and
Oh,
pencils.
we're going with
Barbecue
pencils.
mustard
We're
sauce.
going, yeah.
Yeah, we're
How
keeping
many
this.
we got?
No,
4?
keep going.
We only got 4. Is that enough? Oh well. Okay. We don't have enough of those, but what we do have is cat claws. Okay.
Okay, let me see.
So what we're gonna do is
it's catchupuncture.
It's not working. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot.
I don't see any blood.
Goat yoga.
Yeah, it's the reason why it's not working, and the reason why acupuncture seems to work is because there's actually chia seeds in the needles that make people experience inner chia pets.
That's probably true, but I want to see more cats, so I'm going with Riggy.
Okay.
All right.
I want to see how many
Does anybody else
cats
have
we-
a cat?
Evie!
Yes.
Everybody
Don
grab their
has
cats. We're gonna try this
Here,
together.
Bowie.
Sure.
Bowie, come
Your
here.
cat on your back.
Bowie.
Okay, a dog will work. Dr. Brainpee, you got a roommate, right?
God damn it, Phoebe, get over here!
Yeah, hold on. Let me go get my roommate.
Not
Go get
working.
a roommate.
All right.
Just get him on my back and be like, all right,
Everybody
Luke,
get your creature
give me a
on
good
your back.
scratch.
Make sure claws are out.
What was that? Okay.
Evie.
Who's a good kitty?
We're gonna get bit.
You know, I do feel a little bit better. I think maybe it works.
I do too.
So it works?
And yeah,
Moving.
and so that's we're well over time, and I think I'm just gonna say everybody won tonight because you got to see lots of pets, and that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And so yay, everybody's a winner.
You can be
Rah.
party.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. This would have been wondrous if our organization this
That way.
month had been the
That way.
SPCA. It does work.
It does work.
Who says we're an organization?
Yeah, disorganization, right? All right. Well, let's see here.
Losing blood.
Yeah. I'm looking at our time and I'm trying to figure out if I want to cut a game or not.
What game is it?
Up next is Mayor McCheese. And I'm thinking about going straight to character panel.
Who's Mayor McCheese? Is it Mike?
It's Mike.
All right, Mike, you want to do Mayor McCheese?
I don't care. Either we're gonna have to one of those two is going way longer than it should.
Right. That's why I think I want to go with character panel.
All right. Sounds like
All
we
right.
have a decision.
Everybody, flip your cat.
Flip
Okay,
your
so we're gonna play
cat.
a game called Character Panel. We'll do Mayor McCheese the next show. This is a game for Rigamarole, Dr. Brainpee, and Joe Lobb.
Whoops.
And these three flops are going to be giving us just information about themselves, and we're going to give them an inspirational word to sort of inform their thinking, right, or phrase. But they're going to introduce themselves to us in a minute, and we're going to hear their wisdom for us. And so, well, I kind of have to go with this. I think so, yeah. Tonight's inspiration to sort of inform what you share with us is going to be, of course, that art form that Steve Martin introduced us to in the 70s. I am, of course, talking about cat juggling. And so I'm going to ask each of our panelists to please introduce themselves, and any of the other flops can ask them questions, and you, our audience in the chat, can also ask them questions if you would like to. But let's let them introduce themselves first. And you, sir, the gentleman with the glasses.
Yeah. Hi. Name's Rye Brad. I'm a sandwich maker. I make sandwiches with my partner Sandwich. She's a beautiful lady. And I'm just here to talk today. Give you a little bit of pointers about things. I was invited here to speak, and no one's gonna ask me to leave until I finished every last sentence I came to say.
All right, that's very specific, and thank you very much. You, the gentleman who's folding his hands.
Hello, this is your Mayor McCheese. All right, I am happy to announce that the city is hosting the annual cat juggling festival as we always do. And so I will be lobbying questions that you may have about the safety and validity of our festival this year.
Okay, now thank you, Mayor McCheese. And finally, our final panelist, please introduce yourself.
Well, I can't believe it's coincidence that has me and the mayor on the same panel on the same day at the same time and on the same bat station. My name is Fred Farnsworthy, and I am with the Animal Control Agency. And any questions about cat juggling safety, you can run by me because...
Farnsworthy, my greatest nemesis.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, seems like we've got a little bit of a history there. Wow, okay, well, let's try and keep this on the professional level, gentlemen. So I guess, Mayor McCheese, why don't you tell us a little more about the Cat Juggling Festival?
Now, the Cat Juggling Festival is the best festival that we got. It's the best festival that you're going to find in the Tri-County area. You ever see so many cats? You ever see so much juggling? No, you haven't. All right, this year, 20% more cats. All right, we just got lines of cats. The city has forced me to put some cat managers out there. We need like a manager per dozen cats. So we have about 250 managers trying to manage and herd cats while they're going around the festival. So that's how you know you're going to be safe this year. And you're not going to get your home, ramshackled by cats like you did last year. I promise I'm the mayor.
Okay, Mayor McCheese. Yeah, please.
I don't know where to start with that. I mean, it's typical politician hot air. I think the focus is also wrong. Yes, it's important that the audience be safe. It's also important that the cats be safe. And that is what I'm here for. And that is what he and so many municipal officials ignore.
I see. Rye, do you have any comment on this? Have you ever been to the Cat Juggling Festival?
Oh, well, yeah, actually, me and my partner Sandwich, we actually used to be a performance act at the festival. Before we started throwing sandwiches back and forth, what we do now, what our act is, I throw sandwiches across the room into her mouth, and she could catch them. And her mouth is huge; she could catch them. We used to do it with cats until a couple of cats, got stuck in her teeth, and we couldn't get them out. And well, you know, I don't want to start any rumors, but the people we got the cats from, I'm not exactly sure they were spayed and neutered, and that completely throws off the weight and the balance of each cat depending on whether it's male or female.
Let's just take this moment to remind our audience to spay and neuter your pets.
Please spay and neuter your cats. All right, we do not need more cats going. There's a very tight balance we have with cats and cat managers. All right. You ever check a cat line and have a manager go be like, oh, the cat line's good, and now suddenly there's more cats?
So I'm curious. Do we have a question? Yes, please.
I have a question.
Yes. And who would you be?
Brock Feltman.
Oh, yeah, I know this guy. This is Chuck Deltman. Yeah.
It's Brock Feltman. Is it better to start with full-grown cats or kittens when you go to juggle?
I'd like to address that if I may. Mr. Phelps.
You address it all you want, Mr. Whatever.
It's better to avoid the profession entirely and taking up something respectable like dope dealing or prostitution. But if you must, I suppose, under a properly certified instructor who will supervise you for the first at least year and a half. Kittens are probably better because they're a little bit more flexible and they don't know that what they're doing is abnormal and a perversion of their virtues.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone want to add to?
Yeah. You know, I would like to say that I've met many a great cat juggler in my time. In fact, actually, a young man, Leonardo DiCaprio, actually used to engage in cat juggling before he really took off. But I don't want to start any rumors or anything. But the man used tabbies, and tabbies are actually outlawed in the community because of the weight disparity. Their stripes often cause a weight disparity that isn't exactly fair in a competitive setting. I also don't want to start any rumors, but it's possible that he may have sold a couple of those cats off in order to get his first commercial gig. But I don't want to start any rumors or anything.
Yeah, Mayor McCheese, do you want to add something to that?
Mr. Bronze Forkman, I'm happy to see you down at the festival this year.
Feltman.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Don't you worry about any kinds of cats. We got all the cats at the festival here. Big cats, small cats, old cats, all the cats. And they're managed like the city wanted us. They put out hoops for us and the cats, and us and the cats to jump through, and we jumped through them. And we're putting on the biggest, best pet festival the city and Tri-County area has ever seen.
All right. Well, thank you, Mayor McCheese. And again, yeah, thank you, Mr. Neltman. We appreciate your questions.
It's Brock Feltman.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Telman.
So,
Brock.
I think we have another question.
Yeah, this gentleman was talking about how some of the cats, you got breed restrictions for their own safety.
Mm-hmm.
In this region, there is a 7-toed feline.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is very rare, and some would even say magical. How is this cat being treated in the cat juggling community?
The cat, I think the cat juggling community has really come to respect and accept outsiders and newcomers. I kind of moved away from cat juggling, as I said, because sandwich juggling is easier, and it's a lot easier to slice the cats down into meat and throw them instead of what we did before, which was just toss the cats themselves. Now, I don't want to start any rumors or anything, but the guy who sells us our slices, I think he's doing something kind of shady with them before he hands them off to us. I think he might be cutting up horse meat, and these are really supposed to only be for cutting up cat meat.
What gives you that impression? I'm just curious.
Well, I did pull it out, and I did think I heard the ghost of a horse go. But of course that could have been any ghost. It could have been a ghost of a person going, or it could have been a ghost of a sock going. I don't know. I don't know my ghosts. I know my cats and I know my sandwiches. That's what I know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we have time for one more question. I actually have one from our remote audience. And Zesty wants to know, do cat balls throw off your momentum, and is that why we encourage neutering?
Well, I guess I can field this one first. Yeah, I mean, we usually don't make cats into meatballs and put them in the sandwiches. We usually keep them in slices. Tomato, lettuce, onion, cheese. Some people don't like cheese, but Sandwich loves a little bit of cheese on her sandwich. So every cat sandwich. No meatballs, no cat meatballs, just slices. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to clear something up about the cat juggling festival. There's no cat sandwiches at the festival. There's a reason the man does not participate in the cat festival. But yes, there are also cat balls. You can see the amazing cat ball / cat juggler. You can do 4 cat balls and 3 cats at the cat festival. And with as we talked about before, the amazing 7-toed cat, Tozy the cat. So come down to the festival. Please support us.
See, that's a fine specimen there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the contrary, I would beg you, please, to support common morality and decency and stay home and count your socks.
Would you like to go for a ride?
Hey, to get a little Dijon on that one there. Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's all we have time for. I want to thank our panelists for your fascinating input tonight on the controversial subject of cat juggling.
Yeah, nice to be here. Yeah.
What's controversial is going to be the size of our festival.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mayor McCheese. As always, you got the last word. All right. Let's bring everybody out. Oh, everybody is out. Okay, good. Because it's time for our final game of the evening. It's called Good Advice, Bad Advice, Worst Advice. And this is a game where we answer your questions. And you can ask us anything you need advice on, and we will give you 3 different pieces of advice. Some will be good, some might be not so good, and some's going to be just truly terrible. You pick which one you actually use, and that's fun too. So let's see if we have any questions from our audience.
I have a request.
Yes.
There's a question from Ann Zesty that I think Mike should answer the worst advice.
Okay, so the order is in the chat, and to make that happen, I'll answer first, giving good advice. So the question is this. Ann Zesty asks, I can't seem to access porn on my computer anymore. Am I a victim of cancel culture, or are the mysterious lasers in space messing with my reception? How do I get my porn back? Let's see if we can help Ann Zesty with this. So, Ann Zesty, what I would suggest to you is, it sounds like you're having a little technological trouble. That happens to all of us from time to time. One of the things I know is that sons are great with technology. So I know you have one son, and I learned today you have another, and maybe you have 10 sons, but gather all your sons at home and let them kind of look into it, let them look at the sites and see if they can get everything hooked up and get your router working again. But rely on your children. This is why you had them. You don't look convinced, Joe.
No, I like the general thrust of the idea, but I think it's kind of something you want to keep under wraps for a little bit. I mean, yes, it is the 21st century, blah, 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 but there's still some people who would might get a little upset at you if they found out they knew what you were doing. So I would say what you do is you walk around town with your hard drive under a coat, and when you see a computer-looking person, you say, hey, this isn't working for me. Can you fix this? And if he runs away in confused surprise, then he wasn't your guy. But if the person says, oh, let me take a closer look at that. Yes, I believe that was, it'll spout off a whole bunch of technical jargon. That's the person that you want to get your computer back pumping the porn again.
Okay. All right. So yeah, rely on the kindness of strangers. Good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Dr. Brainpee, what do you think?
Nah, see, he's not addressing the issue here. Okay. First things first. All right, clear your cookies, clear your browsing history. All right. You know why? Because Elon Musk is watching them. That's why you can't get porn back on your computer. And Zesty, you got to think Elon Musk is watching it from space. Who's shooting the lasers down? Elon Musk. That's who's watching your porn. And he's zapping the porn out of your computer into his computer. You're trying to enjoy your pornography. Be like, I'm going to go on the internet, enjoy a little pornographic image to myself. It's me. Like, this is self-care. 2021, baby. Let's go. All right? And Elon Musk is trying to steal that from you. So again, clear those cookies, clear your browsing history, go around the school with a picket sign that says, back off my porn, Elon. And pick it.
Excellent advice. What can I say? Brilliant. Go with that. Maybe it's Rigamarole who's got the problem with the cookies.
I'm clearing my cookies.
I see that. Well, let me see. We have a little feedback. Aunt Zesty said, I gotta share this. Mike, I'm so sorry. Aunt Zesty says he's jealous because I have the best porn in town.
He is jealous.
Are you? You're jealous?
No, Elon.
Oh, Elon's jealous. I thought Aunt Zesty meant that you were jealous, but I
read that as you, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but I think what Mike is saying makes more sense than what we thought, Dan. So, okay, so let's see. Well, people don't seem to need advice today. I don't know why ours is so stellar. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see. Joe Lobb.
I got a question.
Yeah, you have a question. Okay, yeah, you can ask a question. Sure, of course. We're your friends.
I really need to get a good night's sleep. How do I do that?
Okay, Cam, what do you think?
Well, I think the very first thing you have to do is the night before you need a good solid night's sleep is to not drink any caffeine. I think caffeine will affect that. So step one is no caffeine for the day. You'll feel drowsy, but that's kind of good. You'll push through it. Step two is blackout curtains. If you don't have blackout curtains, go ahead and hang some blankets up. They'll work as well. And number three, eliminate all light sources, including like your clock, your phone, stuff like that from your bedroom. Make sure your room is pitch dark. If you need a little white noise, you can do that. But otherwise, make sure your room's a little chill, not too cold, but a little bit chilled. You don't want to be too warm. And then, just kind of settle in and relax with your thoughts.
Okay, well, that's good advice. But Goat Yogi, you look like you're not in full agreement there.
Well, I actually want to piggyback off of one of the things that Mr. Camel said. He was talking about the white noise. And what a better way to do that than by purchasing a small battalion of hamsters. You see, you purchase these nocturnal vermin and you create a sort of farm right next to your bed. You've got a variety of different wheels. You could sync them up so they're all the same tune, or if you want a little more variety, you could get plastic, metal. You could play around with the metals, brass, sterling, gold, so that when the hamsters at night start going to town, you've got this consistent or wacky buzz. So I think that's clearly gonna set you to sleep quite well.
All right. So cacophony of hamsters. No, Riggy. Oh wow, you don't agree with that at all. I can tell. Okay.
No one gets you like I do, big guy. So look up, listen up, because I'm gonna speak right to you. Can't get to sleep tonight. I know why you can't get to sleep. Because like I know that they're after you. Okay? So like I said before, or like you said before, and then I just piggybacked off it, but I'm going to take credit for it. Clear your cookies, refresh your browser, restart the computer, use a VPN, okay? Most importantly, you got to get them before they get you, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go to www.riggyhitmanschool.com, okay? You could send us an email. You tell us who it is that's making it so you can't sleep, and we make that problem go away, okay? You don't need to know anything else other than that, but you're going to be able to rest easy tonight knowing that who's after you ain't going to be after you no more. www.riggyhitmanschool.com. We only accept Riggy coin.
Okay. Well, wow. That probably would take care of that. Sounds expensive though. Yeah. You need a lot of Riggy coin. Well, actually, it doesn't look like our audience has any more questions, but I actually have a question that I could use your help with. And I don't know, I guess, Joe Lobb could probably start with the answer, I guess.
The best.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. My mom keeps calling during our shows. What do I do?
Well, your first mistake was making her able to get the number, but that's so it's too late. We can't go back in time and fix that.
Right, yeah.
I hear tell that there's some shady computer guys, people who go around fixing computers to receive porn, for example. You need to find one of them as well. And what happens when that computer person gets a hold of your phone, who knows what can happen? Could be your mom will call and ask for you, and she will hear someone speaking in Urdu from a curry stand in downtown Karachi, Pakistan. And the next time she calls, it's a thick Scottish accent, so thick she can hardly understand it. And, she may not get through to you, but she may just be so entertained. Like, where is this going to take me next? Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. Hello, is this downtown Santiago, Chile? I thought it was from your accent. You know, she'll just play around with it and have a grand old time.
She becomes a little more worldly in the process. Interesting. Yeah. Dr. Brainpee, what do you think?
I mean, that's okay, but that's how you get your mother to just start traveling the world, all right? And just, you know, ruining your inheritance, John. Come on.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Dwindling that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, what you do is, you know, she's going to call you during improv shows. Well, she's going to call you during improv shows. Pull that game. Oh, you want to call me now? Hey, welcome to improv, Mom. You want to, you're up on, whose line is it anyway? It's my mom's. Talk to the camera, Mom. We have a suggestion from you. Oh, no, you can't hang up now. I will call you back. And you just keep that going.
Okay.
All right? Every time she calls during
lean
improv,
into it.
Lean right in there. Be like, nope, you're playing now. Name a brand of toothpaste right now. Oh no, that one already got said, Mom. Die. And then
okay, so I should yell die. Okay.
It's
Mom.
That was gonna be my follow-up question to you, but you answered it. Okay, so lean into it. Goat Yoke, no, Goat Yoke, what do you think? You look like you have a maybe a better solution? I don't know.
What are you laughing at? Huh?
I mean, clearly, Fraiche didn't want to hear mine.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
He knows what I was going to say.
Is it yours? I'm sorry.
You go first, Cam.
Now I want to hear everybody.
Well, so first off, I mean, going back to Joe Lobb, you know, this isn't where in the world is Creme Fraiche's mom. I mean, we're not doing that nonsense. Yeah, as far as, and it's also not the Creme Fraiche mom's improv troupe. You know, this is us. So I think there's a combination of a couple things that you need to do here. First off, Aunt Zesty has a kicking porn stash. And
I've heard
so
that.
you need to get her in touch with them. That will solve part of the problem. That will keep her occupied. And if that doesn't work, I know of a pretty good website. It's www.riggyschoolofhitmen.com. And you put in her details there, and she'll receive a visit from 3 wise men. They only accept Riggy coin.
Okay, so I should be investing in some Riggy coin if I wanted to go that
way.
You
really.
Okay.
Get 3 dudes to do something to your mom.
It's RiggyHitmanSchool.com/Riggy coin.
Yeah, this isn't exterminating. I mean,
yeah, right. No, I get that. Yeah, right. Totally. Wow. Well, you've given me a lot to think about, and I appreciate you all for that.
I got one for you, John. I do.
Do you? Yeah. Well, sure.
And I think this is a lovely note to end the show on. The reason why your mom's calling you is because your mom wants to talk to you. So if your mom is calling you and you're busy, well, you make sure you call her back later and you say, "Hey, is this John's mom? Is this Riggy's mom?" And you say, "I'm sorry to tell you, Mrs. Creme Fraiche, John's dead." And then she won't want to talk to you anymore. Problem solved. Thank you very much.
True. Yeah.
Call your mother.
On that note, unless Yoko wants to add to it, she's like, "No, I ain't going anywhere." Where do you go from there, right? All right. Well, listen, that is our show for tonight. I had a good time. I hope you did too. And I want to thank our talented cast as always. And I want to thank the Trumansburg Conservatory of Fine Arts for the work they do in our community, making arts affordable for people and also employing my wife. And so let's give them a shout out. We'll keep the donation link up for about another week. So if you feel so moved and want to kick in, we'd appreciate it. I know they will as well. We will have a November show. We don't know when yet, but check our Facebook page and we will alert you when that opportunity comes up.
And if you're bored, check out our second Twitch channel, ComedyFLOPs Plays. We're doing stuff. It's fun, and we're supporting the same charities every month. So please join us there too.
Yeah, lots of ways to interact with us and be part of our nonsense. So do that, and tell your friends. The more people that watch our shows and interact with us, the funnier they are. So
and tell your moms too.
Tell your moms. We want to
Moms
hear from more
us.
moms. Moms do love us.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. All right, that's our show. Good night, everybody. Thanks. We'll see you soon.